the sound of him getting back on that bike though. Doesn't make him any younger.
This is my dad. He's the reason why I ride bikes, and more importantly, he's the reason why I probably take them apart. And then also probably the reason I leave them dismantled and then walk away and do something else instead. More often than not, when I'm talking about e-bikes and why they're so good and why they're important, I often think about my dad and kind of his journey with cycling. He used to be a postman, used to ride miles and miles and miles a day on bicycles, and it's kind of all my memories when growing up was keeping up with him whilst he bombed down the road on a bike. These days, my dad, and the best way to describe it, is slightly weathered. He finds it a little bit harder to cycle these days, mainly getting on and off the things, but then serious long distance and comfort on the bikes really. So going back to what I said a second ago, e-bikes are kind of his new category. It's basically given him a new lease of life when it comes to bikes, and he rides them way more now. So today I wanted to talk about the Tenways CGO600 Plus, which is the bike I'm going to upgrade my dad with. So there's three things that I want to look into when it comes to this bike, as far as one, giving it to my dad and just generally an overview of whether it's good or not. The first was, can it kind of handle a little bit off-road? This is kind of designed around a little bit more of a town commuter bike, but like it's really well made, it's super robust, so I was interested to see if it can handle a little bit of dirt tracks and a little bit of gravel, because that's where my dad lives. That's the sort of place that he'll be riding it, is kind of like bridleways and kind of like slightly gravelly cycle paths basically. The other thing was lightweight. My dad, anytime I've ever got him on an e-bike, first thing he does is turn the power off and see how it feels without it. And if he can't ride it without the power assist, then he's not interested. So that was number two. And then the third thing, a lot of e-bikes now have lots of proprietary complicated things on them that make them less of a bike and more of something else, which makes it hard to maintain, fix and upgrade and change stuff if necessary. So I wanted to make sure it was still a normal bike, but again, we'll talk about that more later on. So it comes with a 250 watt motor and it has torque sensors as well. If you don't know what a torque sensor is, instead of you start pedaling and it just starts giving you loads of power, it's going to give you more or less power depending on how hard you're pedaling, so it makes it feel a little bit more natural and way nicer to ride. The battery is 360 watt hours, which in real terms gives you about 100 kilometers worth of riding, which for most people is going to be more than enough. That could be a week's worth of commuting and more potentially. The wheels are 700C, but they have 45C width tires, which is reasonably chunky for this type of bike. The stem is completely adjustable as well, so you can change the height of the seating angle when you're riding it. Hydraulic disc brakes, the Tetra ones, so they're really nice and easy to service as well. The Plus model, which is the one we're talking about today, comes with the Shimano Claris 8-speed derailleur and cassette. And the Pro model is the carbon belt-driven system, which we've talked about their bikes, Tenways this is, and their belt drives in the previous video, which I'll link down below. So we've already answered two of my questions. So firstly, is it like a normal bike? So yes, like as we just looked at all the componentry, nothing weird on it. I hate when people put weird things, weird stems, weird something on the bike, which if anything goes wrong, that's it, it's done. Like this is all normal stuff and it's all very serviceable and easily kind of maintained and fixed and repaired or upgraded if you want to. and then a little bit of riding I was doing. Like, this thing is ripping. It was doing really, really well on these tracks. It was super dusty and fine, so it's like fun to ride on, and it just lapped it all up. Even on the really bumpy bits, it didn't feel like everything was just going to fall off the bike, which on a lot of bikes, they're not made that well. This is a super nice, well-made bike, so it was fine. But what about the lightweightness of the bike?
So right now, the pedal assist is off completely. And because the bike isn't that heavy, it kind of rides perfectly normal. I've been on e-bikes where I've run out of battery and it's bad news, but this one feels fine. I'm even getting up to the speed that I was going with the pedal assist. It doesn't feel that hard. But if I slow right down, boot that right up. It does feel good. So I'm going to do a little comparison now of the pedal assist off and see how I do. Wait for this light. So this is completely Craig power going uphill. It's not a massive hill, there's a hill. And I'm currently doing, well, I'm guessing that's 27 kilometers an hour. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not hard in the sense of, if this was a really heavy bike, i.e. a heavy e-bike, I'd be really sad right now, but I'm not. I am putting the assist on right now though, just through this traffic. Let's go in here. But I'm like, I'm out of breath, but I'm normal out of breath. And like I say, I'm a seasoned cyclist, I'm very good. But even I was sure getting an e-bike up that hill. They're nice.
So it's got normal bikey stuff on it. It can do pretty well in gravel. Ideally, if you were going to mainly do that, I'd change the tyres up to something a little bit more grippy. But the ones that it comes with are very good punch resistant. So for general riding, these are better. But even with them, you can do bits of gravel and stuff like that. So two out of 3. And then the lightness of it, I mean, that hill wasn't that steep. It's just a very long hill, and by the time you get up to the top of it, you are usually just like, oh, a bit wiped out and stuff. But I would never have been able to ride a big heavy e-bike up there. So it just goes to show how lightweight it is. It's super lightweight, it's super bikey. It ticks all the boxes as far as I'm concerned. But most importantly, it needs to tick my dad's boxes. So when my dad came to visit a few weeks back, we went to Marlon's Jumble in South London. We decided to cycle there, mainly because I like riding bikes and I was like, I'm not going on the underground. So I got him on it and we went for a ride through London. He absolutely loved it, to the point that now he's going to start bringing the bike back with him every time he visits so we can go cycling in London. But it was a great opportunity for him to test it out and get to know the bike. So what did he think?
So you've been riding this all day now, what do you reckon?
Oh, it's brilliant. Very fast. I mean, easy to ride. I mean, I'm 64 and I've kept up with you, and you're a professional cyclist.
Professional cyclist.
And what we've done there? We've done nearly 17 miles. That ain't bad at all, and I don't feel that bad. Tomorrow, I feel terrible. But yeah, no, I am very, very impressed. It's very comfortable. The gears are the work exactly as you want them to work. Everything, yeah, really, really good.
I have said that you can have this bike, so that might be why you said it, but I believe you. I believe you.
So moral of the story is this is a great bike. Me and my dad both really enjoyed it, and I've now had the opportunity to give it to him so he can continue riding it and enjoying cycling to the maximum. So massive thank you as always to Tenways for helping me out with the channel and giving me this bike to one, play with and check out, but also now my dad has a new bike, so results. If you want to learn more about Tenways and the other bikes they do have quite a few different bikes actually. There's some quite tasty ones on their website. I've actually reviewed one in the past as well, so do check that out. There's a link down below, I believe. I'm going to do a bit of a comparison video of the ones that I've used so far with Tenways, just because they are really good bikes and there's a few differences with some of them as well. So look out for that one down the line in the future. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel from this is a bike related channel, obviously, because we're talking about bikes, but we do all sorts of bike stuff, whether it be builds, reviews, group rides, camping, all sorts of stuff. I've got lots of plans this year. It's the best time to subscribe to the channel, and you can do it for absolutely free by clicking that button just there. It does help me out quite a lot. And if you cannot wait to the next video, which will be very often and weekly, that one there is a particularly good one.
The sound of him getting back on that bike though doesn't make him any younger. It doesn't help your joints, does it?
Not in the slightest.